Today, the AD Master from Formula B pedals from Italy. Welcome to the channel. I'm Henning Pauli. You might know this, you might not know this. I thought I'd start the videos now introducing myself because anything else would be rude. So today we're looking at a screechy, screamy, 80s British kind of persuasion pedal. It's this, the AD Master from Formula B pedals. I met these guys at the Italy Guitar Show in Padua. Super nice people. They loads of fuzzes and they have a really cool vibe and stuff like this. I mean, the company has a vibe, but they also have a vibe. You know what I'm talking about. Let's look at this thing. Big ass blue LED like you would actually have on those Fenderies. I don't think it's necessarily Fendery kind of sound. We're talking about British with a golden plate. In the 80s, not massive high gain. Mid-pushed, kind of. And rock and roll on steroids. But then, of course, what are we talking about in the 80s? Which band? We're talking 80s Metallica? Or are we talking about, Guns N' Roses? Are we talking about earlier? I mean, that it literally means nothing until we hear it. Let's look at the pedal. We got bass, treble, and mids. I had them cranked in a triangle formation. We got gain, you understand that. We got 50 watt and 100 watt, which you pretty much see as a lower gain and a higher gain version. That's what that means. So we got some lower gain and you want a kick, you go to the 100 watt, which that's not necessarily how it works with the amps, but that's how it works on the pedal. Now we've got this comp switch, which is in the middle right now, which means no compression. Here you got some compression, here you got more compression, which is kind of nice if you really want those notes to stay there and sing and be smacky and nice, attacky. Smacky and attacky. Modeling is a weird word for what's happening here. This is more to adjust the pedal to the amp you're going into. And of course, we're going to go into a bunch of amps later. It's not modeling. There's no modeling. This is an analog pedal. It's very misleading. See it as a presence control. You're modeling the sound to the amp that you're going into, and that's all that's happening. So let's call it presence and not necessarily modeling. Volume is how loud it is. Really nice logo, shiny. Turn it on, turn it off. On the back, in the back, around the back, we see input, output. I like that they're closer together. Why have them spaced out like this? And then a chassis mounted 9-volt. You can also run it on 18-volt, which will result in better headroom. But I run everything at 9 as long as it wants 9 because it just makes sense to me. And that's the pedal. And we're going to go into Tone King Sky King over there from, of course, Tone King. It is the pedal platform amp. It has a second channel. Have I ever used that? Yeah, in the video that I made about the Sky King. Other than that, I run it clean. It's got, what's it called in the back? Load boxes. It actually has a different load box for the A channel than for the B channel. You can really run each channel at its perfect sound and then actually make them as quiet as you want, which is pretty damn cool. It's not cheap, but that's a hell of an amp. It's running into the aux from Universal Audio, where I use, let's try this, we've never done this, but people ask for it all the time, where I use these settings. It isn't magic, people. It's a 412 Creamback. I think it's a SM57, a U87, and then some room. I mean, there's no magic to my settings. Anyone can achieve the sound I have in these videos. It's really fairly simple. And it's always like, what guitar do I pick? What guitar do I pick? It's more of a gut feeling thing. And today I wanted to play the Schecter Nick Johnston PT, because I just love that thing. Look at it with the Wenger neck, slightly aged humbucker, single coil, 3-position switch. A single coil, are we gonna, rock as we could with some other guitars I've got in the room here with this pedal? I don't know. We could not. This is all just an estimation of what this is sound like, of what this is going to sound like in your hands, because you have different hands, a different guitar, different amp, different speaker. Speaker is about 60% of the frequency response anyway, so this is an estimation to give you an idea, and actually to show you a brand that you might not have heard of before. This is what the Tone King sounds like. Clean. I know I'm speaking a lot and fast. Once you will hear some delay or whatever, if I'm playing leads, that actually is going over here on the table through the H90, where I've got the twin echo on with delay and reverb. Tune skis is being handled by the Strobo Storm from Peterson, as it has been for, I think, 4 years now, because that's the shit. When people come in the studio, they first go like, I don't understand what's going on because there's a circle and it's spinning. You have to understand the Strobo Storm, but once you get into the strobe tuning mode, you really don't want anything else because it's super precise and you can switch it to guitar, guitar-lele, ukulele, oud, bass. It all has, and then even a sweetened tuning. Do I have that on right now? I don't, yes, I have the sweetened guitar tuning, which apparently is slightly different. I don't know. Something's happening. It's just good. So, there the sound. We're going to start on the 50 with gain rather low, modeling in the middle. You can hear that it drastically changes the tone of the Sky King already. There's less low and nice high mids, I would say. It's round and fat. And that's wiry and bitey. yes, you can get it back to clean relatively simple with this thing. They call it a volume knob. It comes on this guitar. Yours, check yours. Yours might have that too. It's a special feature. I apologize for the shitty playing. I haven't played guitar in 2 weeks. I was in Mexico. Very responsive to this volume knob. Again, special edition. It's a volume knob. I feel that the guitars are all the way there. I can feel everything. I can hear the single coiliness right now. The pedal doesn't mask anything. It just makes it more fun. So you can clearly see, especially in the 50-watt mode, you roll it back and the world's your oyster there. I mean, come on. Ah. So that works really well. Let's look at the EQ. Bass and treble seem more subtle and beautifully voiced, and then mids goes quite drastic, which is cool because it can go scooped or pushed for solos, as we're gonna explore. Let's look at that modeling thing. Sorry, I'm sneezing. I have a cold. I'm fighting in fevers coming, but hey, videos need to be made. So yeah, I see it as a presence control. That makes the most sense. Oh, while we're here, let's explore the compression. More compression to the left. Back to the middle. The low notes go hoo 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 instead of ha hoo 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 hoo. It's subtle, but it's there. Subtle. We're gonna go more compression right here. Let's look at sustain. Doesn't make an awful lot of sense. It feels that there's more sustain when the compression isn't on. So I don't know what's going on. But I read something about it's more pronounced in the 100-watt mode. We'll find out. The compression definitely treats the low frequencies a little bit harder, so it gets tighter. I don't know if that's the right word. So obviously this has all the 80s high gain goodness that you want. By cranking 100, let's go compression here. I want a little bit more low end, probably this about here. Gonna turn some effects on over there. And there we go. So, I mean, there's a wide range because remember where we started? Right about here. whatever notes I'm playing. So yeah, a huge range from a different clean to a slightly edge of breakup-y sound to all screaming solo stuff. A beautiful singing solo that really fall over into those harmonics. Just it's a good pedal, which we now send into different amps. So the next is a British voiced amp, which is the Morgan MVP66. Is that gray thing there. It is a beautiful rendition of a JTM, that fuzzy early amp that people just pushed too hard and then it cranked. So let's see how the 80 Master can push that. Yeah, okay, well, that works. We're gonna go into an actual Marshall thing, which is the Mini Plexi. Sounds like so. That's got some bite there. We might want to tame that. We're gonna take that modeling presence down. There's a riff right there. We're gonna crank up some gain here. That could be a riff. That's kind of cool. Yeah, that clearly works. And if we wanted to, we can actually have quite a bit more of gain there. Okay, I'm gonna go into the Morgan AC20, which is, of course, Voxish. Now we are. I want more treble out of that. And again, it thins out the bass and brings the mids forward. So you have your amp, but you're really putting a different frequency response on it with the 80 Master, which I like. It gives you a really defined second voicing for your current setup. We're going to go into something, so that would be 12. Is it 12? There should be the Blackstar EL34 on the clean channel. less expensive. It's a more or less expensive amp, with 50 massively sounding watts and a cab DI out. And it works in that one too, and we're gonna go into the Orange Rockerverb as we usually do. Orange is always a different kind of beast. It's great by itself with that orange. Other oranges take pedals better. This is thin. And I also can't play anymore. Okay, that's enough. Here we go. AD Master. I can't tell you how much it is. It was just released. Please check it out on Formula B's website. I think you can buy directly from them in Italy and through distributors. It's a pedal with a huge range of usable gains, from actually giving you a different kind of clean to ramping that up with your volume on the 50 watt mode to screaming 80s leads on the 100 watt mode. This is not your gent pedal. It says AD Master. I think you get the idea. Leaves to be said to like and subscribe. Apparently, I got to tell you, please do that. It really helps me. And that Formula B commissioned this video, so thank you for that. And I got to go to the door and open that. So bye-bye, and animals at the end.